How to make your coaching offer absolutely irresistible so you get to work with more clients, more money, more impact, grow your business, all that good stuff. You cannot do that unless you have that irresistible offer. So in today's video, I'm going to share with you all of the lessons I've learned about creating offers in my past 6+ years in the coaching industry. And I'll also debunk some myths and mention all the features that your offer should have. I'm basically gonna give you guys what a lot of people are charging like thousands of dollars for in some silly programs just in this free YouTube video. So make sure you stick all the way through because I'm gonna share some things that most business coaches also do not talk about. Let's do this. First and foremost, what you need to understand when creating your offer is that your offer is basically just one step in the process of the client going from absolutely clueless about what you do, about what solutions they need, about how to solve their situations, and coming to a place where they've actually solved that situation, right? The offer is kind of in the middle point on this journey, on this timeline, where, first they will see your content, they will see your mission, and then they will get on a call with you, they will talk to you, and you will enroll them into this offer, and then you will coach them. I personally see the offer as a part of the whole coaching process. I don't really believe in marketing and I don't really believe in sales. I've never really benefited from, and I've never seen people benefit from separating these different parts of your business process. This is actually all coaching, because what coaching is raising people's awareness and empowering them so they can solve their own issues. And the offer is a big part of that. I hope that mindset shift is useful for you, because a lot of people are trying to, justify their prices. Like, man, I know I need to charge high ticket. I know that I cannot take on more than 5 clients, so I gotta charge like 2K, and that's so much. How do I justify that? Yada, yada, yada. Well, two very, very important things here. Firstly, that offer is there not to justify your price, right? That offer is there to make the prospect feel comfortable enough, to feel enough trust, and to be able to see the value of what you do and go over that middle hump in this process when you go from marketing, sales, offer to actually doing the work in the offer. That's one thing. So you don't actually have to justify your prices with your offer. You just have to create trust and comfort and communicate value to your prospect. By the way, a little quick bonus in here, the best way that you can communicate value in your offer is, let's say you have a $2,000 Euro pound coaching offer, and you imagine that offer is actually a 10K offer, or you go even bigger, 20K offer. What kind of offer would I create if somebody just wired me 10K? If I just received 10,000 in my bank account right now, and somebody was like, hey man, I watched your content, I love what you do, I got your bank details somehow, and I wired you 10K. And what do I get for this? I just wanted to support you, I trust you, what do I get for this? What kind of offer would you create for them? This way, you're not trying to justify that 2K or 3K or 5K that you're actually charging, right? But you are focused on how can I give maximum amount value. So that's where we want to start off when talking about offers. Offer is just a part of this entire coaching journey and is just about comfort, trust, and value. And you should always aim to create the maximum amount of value. Cool. So it is important, in fact, essential that your offer is aimed at solving a problem. I have some videos where I talk about working with the right type of person, a person who's like really eager to solve a painful problem or fulfill a strong desire. I will link some of that stuff below. And I also talk about how important it is to have a result that you provide, a problem that you solve. And helping someone find their life purpose is not a problem you solve. Helping someone create self-love is not a problem you solve. Those things are more abstract philosophical concepts that you can get 1 or 2 clients with per, every 6 months or year. Like, yes, some people will kind of slide through and sign up for something like that if you're lucky. But if you want to get consistent clients and you want to, turn this into a full-time income, then you are going to need a result that's significant and that's very solid, that's grounded. A lot of people talk about tangible results, right? A result that you can count, like lose 5 kilos, 10 pounds, whatever, have 3 dates a week. I think that stuff is a little bit outdated. I think it's not that necessary really. What I much rather recommend you do is that you look for that painful problem and then you give a yes/no result, a binary result. right? So instead of tangible, think in terms of when the client gets to the end of the program, can they see evidence in their own life whether the program worked or not? This is also going to be very important for some of the guarantees we'll talk about later in the video that are crucial for closing high ticket offers. I'll touch on that in a moment. But for right now, let's stick to this yes, no, basically a binary outcome. Ooh, controversial word there, binary. Yes, this is full factual binary outcome is a must have, right? Because imagine if you tell someone, hey, I'm gonna help you find your life purpose. Well, they get to the end of your program, if they're having a good day, waking up in the morning, they wake up on the right side of the bed, they feel like, man, I have life purpose, I'm so fired up, the coaching work, yay! You know? And then they wake up on the wrong side of the bed on the next day and like, man, this coaching didn't work. You know, I feel purposeless. I don't have my life purpose anymore. And then boom, everything goes out the window. What did your coaching program actually accomplish? There's no kind of binary yes or no. Where's the evidence, right? So that's why you need some sort of a result that you provide that's a yes, no result. Get creative and find it. The best way of finding it is finding the ideal client you want to work with and interviewing them, talking to them, getting their language, understanding their stories, their narrative, their way of describing what they're going through, because you putting your own language and your own words on it is not going to do anything. It's going to go over their head. You're going to use all this insider language of whatever quantum mechanics and human design and tantric angelic energy healing or whatever the heck is trending these days, and then they're just not gonna get it. So let's get down to business about what do you actually include in an irresistible offer. Again, remember that your irresistible offer has to solve a problem. So I really want to drill this in. You are not charging for different features, for this list of features that's in your offer. You're charging for the problem. You don't charge per session, you don't charge per month, you charge per problem solved. This is the way of the new online economy. The per time sort of economic model, we charge per time, super outdated, not really working anymore. Just look at our world, what's happening? Everything's falling apart because we're all charged for stuff per hour. It's silly, it's ridiculous. Everyone's better off if you pay for something and you don't get hours, you get a result, right? So you're charging people for this result and you can absolutely give them features that give more comfort and trust around that result. Here are the different groups of features that you can add into your offer. Number one would be one-on-one coaching. Still to this day, the most powerful way of coaching, in my personal opinion, is one-on-one coaching. A lot of people invest into sort of different group coaching. Group coaching? Coaching? Group coaching offers, and they come out on the other end thinking like, man, I was on a bunch of Zoom calls with 30 other strangers. I barely got time to ask a question. What the fuck was this all about? I don't get it, right? So that's not so great. I think one-on-one coaching is crucial, especially in the beginning. You want to give more one-on-one coaching. You want to give a little bit more of your time to get more data from clients, to develop more systems, to learn what works, what doesn't work, higher touch point, more data for you, better working relationships with clients with you, more with clients for you, more retainers. Everything just works a little bit better, especially in the beginning. And as you scale, and your time becomes more and more valuable, don't be too worried about, having one-on-one coaching in your offer, because you can always hire client success coach to do the one-on-ones for you eventually. I'm actually in the process of this right now. In my personal coaching offer, I still give some one-on-one deep dives to my clients, but my newest clients are actually getting a bunch of sessions with my client success coach that I've trained to do one-on-one. So whether you're just kind of starting out or you want to scale your business, one-on-one is going to be a big part of a high ticket coaching offer that's irresistible. Another one would be, of course, group containers, right? So having all of your clients in one place is super beneficial, because having that sort of one-on-one channel that you talk to your client with is going to give them that personal touch point. However, it helps so much to have a community where they feel like, man, I'm not alone. I'm not the only one doing this. There are other people doing this. We can connect on our struggles. We can connect on our wins. I can actually give them a little bit of coaching myself, right? I can give them some advice. They can chime in. They can give me advice. This is very powerful if you do group calls, but I actually recommend having an accountability messaging group. So what I've been doing in my offer that has worked amazingly, it has built our communities to be really solid and grounded, is that we have a Telegram channel where everyone posts a 1-minute video every day. And it's simply a 1-minute video about what we're doing today, how we're showing up in our personal life, in our personal practices, habits, rituals, and also how we are showing up in our business. And we check in on that every day, just 1 minute, just kind of share. You're not obligated to answer everyone. You're not obligated to talk to everyone. You're just obligated to do your own check-in. And then if you do get the time, you can engage with other people. Amazing, amazing stuff for community building. I didn't really learn this from anywhere. It just kind of developed as I was doing one-on-ones and listening to my clients. In addition to that, you can also throw in the tribe calls or brotherhood calls or group calls, whatever you want to call them, right? And I just recommend that the group calls that you do are actually calls that you prepare for. Because when you have a group call and a bunch of people get on the call and people are just like, okay, what are we here to do? Hey, let's talk about our program. How's everybody doing? Da, da, da. And there's no structure, there's no preparation, there's no sort of boundaries, and there's no frames for the entire thing. That container falls apart. It's a loose container. It's a container that doesn't have enough potency in it. The more structures, the more boundaries you have in a container, the more powerful that container is going to be. And so make sure that if you do these group calls, let's say you do weekly group calls or you do bi-weekly group calls. What do the Aussies call it? Fortnightly group calls. That's what the Aussies call it. So you do calls every 2 weeks, whatever the case is. Make sure that there's a structure. The structure that I use at the moment, for example, is that we go very concise. It's only an hour long. So people don't feel like they're wasting their time, committing, 90 minutes, 2 hours to a group call every week. We just do a concise hour and we just do check on 2 things. 1, what was a win this week? And 2, what has been a challenge/opportunity for you, right? So people share a win, we celebrate together, they share a challenge, and then we go through each person, we all share, we relate a little bit, and then we go through each person again and we mastermind solutions for them. So I will share what I think they can do to overcome their challenge, and I also hold some space for other people to chime in and share on their challenge as well. This has worked great as long as we have less than 10 people on our group calls. This structure, for example, is very nice. And we use boundaries that are quite strict, right? Like we don't let people join the group calls if they're more than 5 minutes late. Very soon, I'm going to start requiring 50% participation. If you want to stay in these containers, you have to show up to at least half of the group calls to make sure that guys are taking it seriously. All of these different accountability mechanics, like the daily check-ins, like the group calls with very solid boundaries in place, are going to set the tone for your community. They're going to set the culture for your community. And when you are speaking to clients who, want this offer that solves this painful problem, when you describe to them, hey, we have this community, we have these calls, and they are very structured and they're very serious and it's all about accountability, they are going to love that. All right, online resources. So this has been the biggest one. People make this mistake of like building a massive online course, spending like 3 months, 6 months building an online course, and then taking it to the market, and the market says, no, I don't want this. Into the trash, right? It goes right in the bin. It's like, why did you build this online course? Because I think you should start with one-on-one coaching, and as you gather the feedback, you can create the online resources, which will eventually grow into a course. And what's really important is that once you've interviewed and got the language and the needs of your ideal client, is that you immediately start producing the resources that will be the most impactful for them. They will straight up tell you what these are. And obviously these can go from online tutorials, right? This can go from like a video program of any kind to journaling templates, to guided meditations, to video instructions on workouts or exercises, and as creative as you can get. In my program, for example, we use interactive mind maps. That has been one of the most powerful tools that we use. It's an online resource that we use, and you can get super creative here. So you're presenting your high ticket offer and already you're going off, okay, well, it's 2,000. It solves your problem, that's X, using the client's language, and it includes this much one-on-one support, it includes this much group support, it includes these online resources, boom, 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 most significant resources using their language. And moving on, it also includes messaging support. One of the easiest things that you can add in is, hey, you get unlimited messaging access to me. Anything happens, text me, I'll get back to you within 48 hours. Again, this is just sort of the assurance thing. Like, you don't only get these calls, you also get access to me. And if this sounds scary to you, I can tell you right now, I would say 90% of clients barely use this. Like, most clients don't use it. It's actually kind of surprising. I have to chase my clients who work with me to make money. Like, they have a very good reason to work with me, to make money, grow the business, impact the world in a positive way. And yeah, I still have to chase them down to, hey bro, message me more. So don't worry about this too much. It's not gonna get too overwhelming. You can offer that unlimited messaging support as well. So now you have all this different features, this list, and you get to the guarantee. Bow. Bow, 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 bow. Because ultimately what people are worried about is that they will invest this money and then they will get nothing, or they will get something that's not of equal value to the money that they paid you. So you can give them a guarantee. I would say all high ticket irresistible offers should have a guarantee in them. And the range for the guarantee, well, there is a range to begin with. There's a range for guarantees from very assuring and very risky for you. Like the more assuring it is to the client, the more risky it is for you. I personally believe that you should take a little bit of risk, right? Like you should put a little bit of pressure if you take someone's money, if you take someone's $2,000, $5,000, that there should be some pressure on you to provide a good ass service, right? So here are the different guarantees you can offer. You can offer a money back guarantee. This is probably the riskiest one, right? Like you work with me, and if you do not get the result that you want, I'll give you your money back. Very risky one. This always comes with the condition that assuming that you do the work as I instruct, right? As soon as you don't follow one of my instructions, this is gone, right? Like the guarantee no longer applies, because I can only guarantee it if you follow my method. If you follow someone else's method, how could I guarantee it, right? If you don't follow my method, you follow your own thing, how could I guarantee it? So that's always there to give you a little bit of safety, but of course it's risky, right? It's risky. You will put in the work and maybe the client does all the work. There's something that they're missing out on. There's a blind spot that you don't see. And then still, they will still want their money back. Has that happened to me? Yeah, I've had refund requests for different reasons. And yeah, I've given refunds before as well. I'm a man of my word. Even when I didn't promise refunds, actually. Maybe that wasn't such a good idea. So we're starting there. We give a full money back guarantee. And one level down from that is your result guarantee, which is we set a goal. Again, there's a yes, no binary outcome we're aiming for. We set a goal. And if we reach that goal, we're done. If we don't reach that goal, I keep working with you until we do. And I keep working with you, keep investing my time, my money, bring in other resources. I will pay other coaches to come in and solve your issue. I will go that far just to make sure you get your result. Again, a little bit risky, but at least it's a learning opportunity for you, And one level down even from that would be your return on investment guarantee, ROI guarantee. This is more for coaches that, are in business or career or performance or whatever it may be. It's basically saying you're going to invest this money with me. The work that we're gonna do is gonna impact your earning capacity so much that I guarantee by the end of us working together, you will have made back this money. So if you work with entrepreneurs, high performers, people who are very career centered and business oriented and whatnot, this is actually a great option, right? And that's pretty much like the lightest guarantee that you can have, a return on investment guarantee. Any other guarantee, is just a feature of your program. Like I'm gonna work with you for 3 months, 6 months. Those are pretty much different degrees of guarantees that you can give. However, if you dial in the right one and you add it in with all these different features, then you are going to make your offer irresistible. Boom, a few extras. When you make your offer, you can throw in all different sorts of features and whatnot. However, be very careful that you don't overload it. It should always be aligned to your ideal client's language and to wants and needs that they express to you. You align every single feature that I just explained from these different categories to their language. And then you add in 2 things, which we know in sales as scarcity and urgency. However, I really hate fake scarcity and fake urgency. I think it's such bullshit when, salespeople tell you, hey, I have 1 spot left, and they have infinite spots left. I think it's kind of BS. So what you can do is you can add in what I call an action takers bonus, not a discount, nothing else. It's an action takers bonus, right? Where you give them this high ticket offer and let's say you tell them, hey, it's $3,000. However, first a pause. It's $3,000, pause, see how that comes across. You can see their face, it's a little high. How does that land? Oh yeah, it's a lot, but I see the value. Okay, cool, but actually I have a thing. called the Action Takers Bonus, which means that if we get a commitment in today, a deposit, a first installment, or full payment, you actually get all of this for $2,000, because I want to encourage people to take action and find certainty, and because I want you to win. I want you to join. I don't want this to get lost in the void of uncertainty and procrastination. It's me and you against the excuse and against procrastination. And boom, Action Takers Bonus. Amazing. You can have that in paid in full. I usually recommend like a 20% increase on your prices if people want to pay in installments. So like it will be $2,000. Well, I want to do it in installments. No problem. That will be $2,400. Ooh, okay, yeah, that's quite a bit more. Okay, I'll just do paid in full. Done, baby. And we always take payment on the call, anchor in the commitment. They cannot pay on the call. Then we schedule a follow-up call within 48 hours to take that payment on a call together, sign a contract, get them enrolled, change their lives, baby. That's how we do in coaching. I hope that you guys really enjoyed this high ticket, irresistible offer creation masterclass. This wasn't a YouTube Disney video. This was a masterclass. And I have a few other videos very much like this where I share value. So make sure to check them out. They're popping up now. And you can also subscribe, comment, like, hit the bell, anything you want to help me support this channel, help increase this amazing movement of changing lives. I will see you guys in the next video. Peace out.